Hello everyone and welcome to a new video of Firepower Threat Defense series. So in this video, we are going to look at URL filtering on FTD firewall. How do we do URL filtering? Okay, so in order to do URL filtering, let's jump onto the FMC. So this is our FMC. I'm already inside the access control policy for our routed FTD. In order to perform URL filtering, we don't have to do anything much. We already created access control rules like this one. Okay, and within this rule, let me show you. If I edit, there is an option for the URLs. Whatever URLs or URL categories I mention here and add them to the rule, those URLs will only be allowed by that rule based on the rule action. Okay, the action is allowed, which means these are only allowed. Now, let's create a new rule which denies access to the websites like gambling and weapons, etc. URL categories which are predefined. But before we create a rule, let's learn how to create a URL object by you know in order to define our custom URLs which are not part of the predefined categories. So in order to do that, you can go to object management, and under object management, you have this field, URL, this option really. Okay, and then in order to create a URL object, you have to select this and select add object. There are three options: add object, import object, add group. You can import, if you have to create a lot of URL objects, you can put them onto a CSV file and then upload that file here, and then they all will be created. Okay, but we only want to create one object for now for a demo. So let's click on add object. I want to allow I want to create an object for the port quiz.net. So it's an object for, I would say, URL underscore, sorry, I would say URL underscore portquiz.net. And let me just copy it. Just put the URL here. That's it. I don't want to set up any overrides, but these overrides this override works similarly as we have seen in the previous overrides, within the objects. Now, if you are willing to know, the syntax of the mentioning the URL here, okay, if you mention it in this way, then it will match portquiz.net, www.portquiz.net. If you mention slash and some values after that like that, then it matches the entire path. Only that path will be allowed. Okay, so you can do Google in order to find out what's the syntax you should write your URL in order to allow your intended URL which you really want to allow with it. Let's save it. That's how you can create a URL object. Now let me do one more thing. Let's create a URL object group as well. So let's click on add group. I will say URL group, and then obj ECT object. And let's add this one in there. And then, or you can type in the URL here and hit the add button. See, you can do that as well. Your choice. You can add objects from here, which you already created, or you can add, by typing in here and clicking that button. I'll hit the save here. Now you see, I have a group and I have a object. Now we have two things. Now let's go back to our policy, and then I want to hit edit. First, I want to create a rule that drops some categories. So I'll say add rule. Let me give it a rule: block underscore URLs. Action: I just want to block. Inside zone, going to outside zone. In the networks, let's mention our LAN subnet. And I want to put any as the destination subnet, any IP4, because I want to control based on the URLs. Now, in terms of applications, majorly URLs are in the web traffic. So this time I'm gonna put these three apps: HTTP, HTTP2, and HTTPS, and add the applications. Now the main job, URLs. Okay. Now let's mention the categories we don't want to allow. I don't want to allow adult. I don't want to allow alcohol. I don't want to allow botnets. I don't want to allow, like, let's take anyone. I don't want to allow. Let me search for the gaming category. Gaming. Yeah, it's. I think I need to type it in the small gaming. Yeah, I know it is there. Showing one out of 127, but where it is showing one. Okay, no problem. You can also manually enter the URL, but right now it says cannot manually add URL if an object is selected because we have selected these. I'll clear both of them and I'll look for the that category which is gaming. It should be under the G option. Oh, sorry, it was not the gaming. I was looking for the gambling. So I'll select gambling. Also, apply to unknown reputation. Okay, for any reputation of URL but belonging to category gambling should be blocked. So I will say add URL. So now I'm blocking. Let me see block gambling. Okay, block gambling URLs. I'm blocking it. I want to log it. So every block should be logged in my case here. Logging is enabled, blah, blah, blah. I can also manually enter the URL. If I want to put it there, I'll say add. Now we have created a rule that blocks access to any URL with any reputation, but that belongs to gambling category. Let me just make the rule up. I'll move up via this way. I have to move it up. I need, yeah. What do we see? Move up. How do I move it? Move is not here. No, bulk action. Okay, I know I can just drag and drop it. Yeah, see, it's there now. Now I also want to allow port quiz. Okay, I cannot allow port quiz because it's now a block rule, right? So let's create one more custom rule. Allow port quiz. Okay, inside, outside, networks. Let's go here. Add to source and destination is because now we don't want to filter on IP addresses. We want to filter on the URLs. Come on, show me the apps. I want HTTP. I want HTTP2. I want HTTPS to go in, add application. Under the URLs, I'll go here and then there should be my URL object. I want to use the group, okay? Add URL and log. I want to log at the end of the session because the rule action is allowed. No intrusion policy, and everything is fine. Okay, here we go. I also will move this rule as well a bit up because otherwise nah, the rule number 3 will allow the traffic and I won't be able to see it. Okay, now I'll save the policy and let me fire up my FTD. While my FTD reboots and I'll just pause the video. Hey guys, so the box is now fully up. Let's go and push the policy to it. I'll say deploy and check the box and deploy. While the policy deployment is taking place, I would like to inform you guys this URL filtering works best when you have decryption on, when you have SSL inspection on the outbound traffic. Okay. The reason for that is suppose you want to block uh, a URL that has an entire path in it, including the values after the first slash. The path, in order to see the path, HTTP stuff goes after the SSL handshake has been completed. So in order to firewall to see the stuff and to take the required action, it should be having the SSL inspection in place. Okay, so that's what I was saying. Now, one more thing, suppose you want to control the uninspected traffic as well. What you can do, you can create a URL object, but with the common name of the certificate itself. Okay, so that way it matches that stuff, and then also helps you to achieve something like complete URL filtering on that traffic too. Uh, yeah. Along with that, let's talk about one more thing. I wanted to talk about the block messages that will be displayed to the users. So if you go to more and select HTTP response, you can select what page will be displayed on the user machine when the traffic is blocked. Okay, I've selected a system provided page. You can select none or a custom page. You can provide your custom code here that should be displayed to the user. Now, similarly, interactive block page is when basically, when user can choose whether you want to proceed with the site or not. And this will be you can also select, a page here by of your choice or system provided or none. For us, it's system provided right now. This page will really be provided when you go here and suppose you add a rule, and then in the rule you selected an option, okay, interactive block or interactive block with reset. That's when that page will go. Okay, so I'm waiting for the policy to be deployed. So it's 83% complete. So let's fire up our Linux, sorry, the LAN switch. Just one moment, and the Linux machine as well. So I can show you guys how the blank page is looking like and how the logs look like really right now. Oh, so it's complete. It was pretty quick. Great. Yeah, let's give it some time while my Linux machine is booted and it's up. So yeah, right now it's showing the blank screen. I'll pause the video while it comes up and then I'll generate some traffic and show you how the things look like in the logs also as well on the end user machine. Hey everyone, our Linux machine is now booted. So let's go to first Wikipedia and see how the Wikipedia is looking. So Wikipedia is working. See, you see it's loading. Yeah, it loaded. Now let's go for our gambling and see if this works. It shouldn't because we have blocked it. Okay, it's taking some time. While it's loading, I mean to say it will be blocked eventually. Let's go to outgoing port tester and portquiz.net. Port quiz works, but our gambling, I know it's gonna fail in the end. Okay, so it will not work. Just I wanted to show you how the block page will look like. So I'll open a private window and I'll open www.gambling.com. And let's make this URL HTTP as well so I can show you guys the block page. See, that's the page you're gonna see. See, the block page. Now let's look at the logs. Okay, we're gonna check the logs for gambling, port quiz, and gonna see how this look like. Let's go to connection events. Okay, I already clicked on the connection events. It's loading. Okay, yeah. You see, there are two blocks. Okay, from the Firefox going to port number 80. Let's see what are two blocks are. You see, gambling. URL category, again gambling. And if we go there, there should be there was one more block. You see, this was for the gambling, and then the port quiz one. See, it was allowed. It was allowed. You see, port quiz was also recognized as a different app because we created app detector for it in the past. So that's what I was talking about when I was saying about the URL filtering on the FTD. You can also check the similar stuff in the unified logs as well. As well, also the logs are also available under the unified log section. And yeah, you can see all these connection events, these block ones. Let's check this one. I'll expand it, and it's coming here. Yeah, you see what policy was it? I'm looking for the policy section. The policy name, yeah, block gambling URS. You can see. You see that? And let's check the policy for the port quiz IP address. I know this is the port quiz IP address. I'll have a look at that. And see, allow port quiz is the rule. So that's what I was talking about regarding the achieving the URL filtering on the FTD firewall. So that's it for this video, and I'll see you in the next video. And we have already seen quite some advanced features till now, but we'll keep on continuing our journey because there is still a lot of things to learn about the FTD. So have a good day, and I'll see you in the next video.